therapy to help them get better off of it. Certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again.
Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian High School. We apologize for the technical issues, but in the second quarter here, it was 20-19 after 8 minutes. Eagles up, and driving there, number 10, Lewis Jones, the 6'5 junior, able to get that to drop and bring the Braves back within 2. Starter still on the floor for Elevation Prep. Baskin a lift to 26-footer short. But Caracona, the 7-footer, the offensive board. Humes, he's hit a couple from deep. Give him another. And again, the extra possession benefiting the Eagles, their length, really allowing them to get those offensive boards as Humes hit that one. A 30-second timeout, I believe, here by the Eagles. So he just. That's what he said. Okay. Thanks. Again, welcome back. We apologize for those early technical issues. But a 3 there from Humes. Quick timeout by head coach Cody Henson of the Eagles. Here's this dive down screen. Last time they ran this, they hit Davidson on a triple. That time it was a back screen for first cutting. And he was unable to secure that entry pass. 6:06 remaining here in quarter number 2. No substitutions yet for Coach Henson's group. Again, this prep team used to playing 2 20-minute halves. Playing extended minutes. Not unusual for this group, who tonight are without local product Michael Ely, one of the 2 Fort Wayne players on this roster for Coach Henson, along with Jones guarding the ball, a Marion product, Bass out of Muncie, another Indiana kid. Burke got all the way there, but Caracona has really served as a rim protector. Jones bumped, and I think he's going to shot counted if it goes. Boy, it almost did for Bass. But a 7-point lead for the Elevation Prep Eagles. Again, in this non-IHSAA sanctioned event. We apologize for the technical issues. We're going to blame it on El Nino. Spanish for the Nino. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsors here at SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Did you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Tells you how good Snyder is. Welcome back to Blackhawk Christian High School. You stare at the halftime score. Elevation Prep, which has led the majority of this game, up 7 after 16 minutes. And again, we apologize for any technical difficulties with our stream, but we are bringing this non-IHSAA sanctioned high school contest to you from Blackhawk Gymnasium. And let's go to a couple highlights. Finally, Caleb First give the Eagles credit, the Elevation Prep Eagles credit. They've held him, really limited him in terms of scoring in the first half, but finally he got it going out of transition. Watch Burke push this one up. Nice entry pass as they find him. He got great position early, and those were 2 of the easiest points for the senior Caleb First. averages 24 points a game on the season, and I believe he has just 4. He might have 6 in this one. Credit to Mihai Carcona, a 7-footer out of Romania, who played the majority of the minutes in that first half for the Eagles. And limiting him again, he's got some great looks, just hasn't been able to finish. But we expect a heavy dose from the senior in half number 2. And they've been able to stay in it. Credit Marcus Davidson. He scored 11 off 3 triples in that first quarter. And for them keeping it close, Zane Burke stepped up his scoring there in the second half. And that 2-3 zone, we can say it was effective as the Eagle shooters maybe got a little tired legs, got a little fatigued there late in the first half, started to miss some perimeter shots. But leading the Eagles, Humes, number 12, the quick guard, but he's done most of his scoring from the beyond the arc. And then Rashid Jones, 6'6" junior guard, junior guard from Marion, Indiana. He'll be a 2022 graduate. But a lot of colleges after that, man, he is lanky and can shoot it from deep. A lot of length, athleticism on display for Coach Henson's Elevation Prep Eagles, who are, again, 22-3 on the season in their inaugural season as a prep school out of Fort Wayne. And so we're about a minute away here from tip. Coach Davison of the Braves saved all 5 of his timeouts. Did not use a single one in the first half. Coach Henson just used the 1. Out there to start half number 2, Davidson first, Wood, Boyer, and Burke. 4 seniors and the junior Jake Boyer. 6 seniors on this Blackhawk Christian Brave roster. And then should be similar starting lineup. Caracona, Bontrager, 7 foot and 6'8". Humes at 6'2", and then Rashid Jones and Bass, 6'6", 6'5", respectively. Man-to-man defense, it looks like, for the Elevation Prep Eagles. Boyer attacking, inside-outside. Wood, that looked like inside-outside by design, trying to get a 3 to start the contest. Didn't go, and here is the Eagle offensive look in quarter number 3. Bontrager and Caracona really operate in the interior. 6'8" Bontrager likes to operate on the baseline against this 2-3 zone. They found him a couple times as these Brave wing defenders really have to get out and defend these Eagle shooters. There's a lot of them. Nice high-low there. Found the mismatch. Excellent execution as Caracona caught that looking for Bontrager. Boyer again driving that open block. Bass tried to tip it from behind and then looks over and says, my bad. 7:04 on the clock. Callan Wood going to be your inbound. They like to run shooters off and then isolate first on the block. He's got one of the best shot fakes in the area. Boyer hits the triple, a much-needed bucket for the Braves. We mentioned the shot fake ability the other day of the senior from Bishop Lures, Humes. That is his 4th triple for Tariq Humes. But the senior for Bishop Lures got one of the best shot fakes. I think Davidson may be rivaling him for best use of the fake. And again, what makes it a good shot fake is oftentimes your ability to shoot the perimeter shot. Davidson so sneaky as he gets into the lane there. Patient, doesn't force anything. Hits the tough 6-footer. Shout out to his shoes. I don't know if he is a big fan of the Los Angeles Lakers, but the purple and yellow out there on the Nikes. Bontrager, a tough finish. Boyer not certain about the foul, but Bontrager nonetheless, a 6'8" Fort Wayne product.
Basketball was good by Caedmon.
Going to have a chance at an and one here. unable to convert it. And a 10-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Eagles. Burke on the bounce, going to get a ball screen here from Caleb First. Goes baseline, looks opposite. Boyer! Boy, give Burke the credit on the find. I bet Zane Burke is really good at where's Waldo. Turns the page, finds Waldo in a heartbeat. That time lifted into the air, faked it to first with his eyes, and then skipped it on the backside to Jake Boyer's hit. So 2 here in quarter number 3 from behind the arc. Caracona. Eagles really spacing it. Bass gonna flick a triple. Wrong. Wood as Caracona brought it down. Wood wrapped it up. Big fella got to keep it high. Chin the pumpkin. Brought it down to those little guards. Wood wrapped it up. Jones, talk about a corner 3. Almost falling into the cheerleader. Quickly the other way. Here's Wood. Skipping it. Jones almost got a steal. Davidson on the baseline. Tough angle first. Got it. And you mentioned the offensive rebounding in the first half for the Eagles. This time First able to give them a little dose of their own medicine. Boy, you cannot leave these shooters. First kept his dribble alive as he fell. He's okay. Wouldn't be surprised if Blackhawk maybe turns his defense into a little 3-2 zone. Maybe just to match up a little better with those shooters. 4:40 now remaining here in the third quarter, an 8-point lead here. Burke, quick flick, high shot, pocket. Big bucket for the Braves. Triples falling. They've hit 3 of them here in the third quarter. 2 by Boyer, that one by Zane Burke. Bontrager bothered by Burke, might have got hit. No whistle. Not a lot of whistles in this one. The officials letting him play, or maybe the players just simply playing without fouling. Burke got all the way there, sneaky. Couldn't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. I have no idea how. He was surrounded by 4 Eagles. Boyer flying in like an eagle as he played against 4 Eagles there. The Brave fans loving it. A little extra effort from the white jerseys as number 0 checks in Reggie Ward. He's a 6'7" forward out of Chicago. And then 6'8" Cheval Butters. You gotta like that last name for a basketball player. Butters checks back in. He'll be guarding First. Ball screen look. Good team rebounding there by the Eagles. Here comes Reggie back. Crosses, hesitates. Bass with a little quickness on display.
Number 34, Marcus Davidson, that's his 3rd team
He got by Davidson, got bumped, and he'll step to the line
number 1, Reggie Bass, shooting 2.
Back to a 6-point lead, and again, see if the Eagles apply a little full court pressure here at the 3:50 mark. Bass hits both. Burke gonna bounce it up. Half court set here, look for the Braves. Boyer looking high-low. Here's Burke, First on the block. Boy, caught it and spun to the block. And he had the high position on the block, so knew he had space underneath. And a lot of times you'll see First catch it and sort of wait for that double team, kick it out to shooters, and then you see the Blackhawk Brave ball moving on the perimeter. That time First caught it quick, went. And there was obviously no help on the baseline. Quick attack that time for the senior First. Backspin and a timeout here for Coach Davidson. It'll be the first timeout for Blackhawk, and let's go to a highlight here before we let you get a break. Watch it on the inbound here, the Eagles. Jones, boy, lethal from the corner, falling away. And that's 3 of the 5-point lead for the Eagles. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsors here at SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community.
Welcome back to live action, quarter number 3. After that, couple of free throws there by Caleb First. 5-point lead for the Elevation Prep Eagles. Again, it's a non-IHSAA sanctioned event against 2 local teams. Blackhawk Christian drop, lost the game. Woodland couldn't find a rescheduled date. And then some extra steps there as Humes was looking to attack against the Blackhawk Brave 2-3 zone. Just what Coach Davidson wanted out of the timeout. Stop, and now a chance to score. 3:15 remaining in quarter number 3. Burke hesitating, changes pace, took that right into the backpedaling pass. And a nice set, boy. You like the execution on both ends out of the timeout. Bass now gonna attack. 16-footer. Might have got hit. Play on. Here comes Zane Burke. A little bit of a scoring run for the Braves. First got position. Humes came over as the help. And I think they're going to say Ward got him over the top as the help defender. Yeah, they called that on Reggie Ward, his first. 2:41 on the clock. And the pace much to the liking of the Braves. First now has gone to the line 2 straight times. He's hit all 3. Here comes the big fella, Mihai Carcona. Out of Cluj-Napoca, Romania. Known for their gymnasts and 7-foot forwards like Carcona. First, a smooth stroke. Again, headed to Purdue next season. 6'10", 220-pound senior. And they wanted to force a perimeter shot. They did, and hitting it. What a big shot there, boy. If he can do that, Eagles are going to be tough to guard. Reggie Ward Jr. stepping out onto the perimeter. Officials have a little conversation there as play inside got a little too physical. Burke guarded by Jones. Looking for reversal. Here's Gage Sefton. First, he's just hit 3 free throws, and sometimes that gives you confidence as a shooter. He's got 7 straight points as Caleb First. They're right back in it. 2-minute mark. Ward trying to go back-to-back. Boy, he has got a nice throw. Quick timeout there by the Eagles. I think Coach Henson wanting his team to pick up defensively. We'll pause it right here where we are. Be right back after a brief word from SummitCitySports.com.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial. And I think, that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They're flexible, they're fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-40.
Welcome back to third quarter action. How have the Braves clawed back in it? Really perimeter shooting. Watching a couple of these highlights on the inbound. Burke just going to kind of read the defense, pop out, quick catch and fire as he hit that 3. And then First, who had just hit 4 free throws, he's going to get the inside out. catch for the corner three, and the Braves have knocked down at least 5 triples here in quarter number 3 and clawed themselves back into this. The Eagles have been up by as much as 10 in this game. Burke navigating, finds first. Pivoting, faking, stepping up, and he is a human inferno of points here in the third quarter. Couldn't get his shots to fall. You love that he kept his confidence and continues to attack. He's so talented, you knew it had to start dropping. As we're now at the 1:15 mark in quarter number 3. Couldn't get it to go. Ward the rebound. He's got 8 points in the third quarter, has played big. The Chicago, Illinois product. Davidson defended by Humes. Here's Callan Wood with it. Burke going to come up and get it. First. Wouldn't be surprised if they get him a touch. He's got the hot hand. Davidson, 16-footer. That's just better offense. The defense was solid, but sometimes the offense just a little bit better. Big shot from the elbow, 30-second mark. I think Coach Henson wants his group to get the last shot of the quarter. Ward is not allowed to miss in the third quarter. He's got 3 threes in the layup. 15 seconds. Burke with it on the bounce. Big shot from Reggie Ward Jr. Skip pass. They got to let it lift. 2 seconds. And a turnover. Nice defense there from the Eagles. 1.5 on the clock. I think the Eagles are aware. .5. Jones gonna bounce it once, gotta look, and couldn't get it to go. So a 5-point halftime lead. As we head to quarter number 4, let's show you a highlight before we break. Watch this one on the inbound. Jones the triple, and then give Reggie Ward Jr. He came in off the bench in that third quarter, didn't play much, didn't play at all in the first half, and scored 11 points in that third quarter as we head to quarter number 4. We'll be right back after a brief word from our sponsor.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter.
And welcome back as we get ready for quarter number 4. It has been entertaining. The Eagles have been up by as much as 10, but the shooting of the Blackhawk Christian Braves, excellent in that third quarter. They hit 6 triples. X's and O's here. Davidson got up in the air, and Ward Jr., who's played so well, stole it. And then stealing it right back is Blackhawk Christian. Up ahead. Davidson tried to lead it to First. I think First wanted the lob. Bass spinning, maybe a little bit out of control, and here comes Blackhawk Christian. Ward thought he had it deflected, was going to head the other way. And instead, Boyer will inbound for the Braves. Checking back in the guard, number 11, Kevin McCoy. He played sparingly in that first quarter. Here's Boyer, going to reverse it, looking for First. He's got it one-on-one, reading the help. Patient, got bumped. Yeah, I think Carcona kind of walked into him as Burke was fading. dislodged a little bit. And First, who got to the line 3 times, I think 3 times in that third quarter. Got a chance to pull his team within 4, maybe 3. At the 7:13 mark in quarter number 4. I gave Marcus Davidson's shoes a shout out. How about the shoes of Tariq Humes? Little white, little pink, little neon. Digging it like a shovel. Digging it. McCoy on the bounce. He's defended by Marcus Davidson. And Rasheed Jones, who's played, I think, almost every minute of this one, tried to come up on a handoff. Ward, and his three-point shooting continues. 6-7 out of Chicago. And has hit 4 threes in the span of about 5 minutes now. He's also got a lane. He's got 14 points all here in the second half. I wouldn't take him out either. First, tried to lift that over Caracona. Again, Caracona, guys, 7 foot. McCoy tried to draw the charge. Boyer avoided it on the spin. And I think they're going to get Boyer on the foul there. Loose ball at the 6:24 mark. That'll be Boyer's second. And again, a 7-point lead now for the Eagles, looking to add to it. As the Braves now in man-to-man defense. For the majority of the first 3 quarters, it was all 2-3 zone. But now man-to-man pressure by the Braves. This is Sefton guarding Jones. Ball screen. Jones patient. Dribble drive kick. McCoy can't get it to go. The big fella didn't need to come down. Nice finish. Nice hand-eye coordination there by Caracona. Burke on the bounce. Looking like Clyde Drexler. Boy, Clyde Drexler. If you don't know who Clyde Drexler is, he's one of those guards in the 90s in the NBA. Dribbled with his head down, but had excellent court vision. I don't know how he did it. Could see everything, never, hurt himself by looking down. Zane Burke's kind of that same thing. He looks straight down, but he can still scan the floor. His peripheral vision, Zane Burke, must be tremendous. Big free throw there for the Braves. They're trying to stay within striking distance. Able to hit both. Back to a 7-point Eagle lead. Again, the Eagles have led the entirety of this game, and now Jones on the bounce. Also new for the Eagles this one, they're playing without a shot clock. I think the first time all season that they're playing without a shot clock. A couple of players fell hard there. Nice sportsmanship, but playing on an 84-foot high school length court for the first time. This elevation prep group. And also without a shot clock. So a little different mindset. Jones in a smooth stroke. Marion, Indiana product. Just a junior for this elevation prep squad. Able to get that one to go as well. Burke's got it. Bumped by Ward. He was coming in there just a half second late. And that's the 8th team foul now on the Eagles. So from here on out, Blackhawk Christian going to be shooting at least one in the bonus. Second personal foul on Reggie Ward Jr. Free throw shooting of the Braves has been excellent here in half number 2. Bontrager, Caedmon Bontrager, Fort Wayne product. Going to check back in. I let the old announcer jinx there. My apologies, Brave fans. credited their free throw shooting, and then he missed. Jones, they keep going to this ball screen, and Jones comes off patient. There's really no high heads there. They aren't willing to leave Caracona on the perimeter, and Jones found Main Street wide open. And that's where the best shopping is, down on Main Street. Little Bob Seeger, 1970s Main Street. Shout out to Bob Seeger. Here's Gage Sefton attacking the baseline. Got Caracona up. A 7-footer left earth shortly, and wisely Sefton, sophomore, used the ball fake, little chin to forehead, ball fake, got him up, step in the line, he'll be shooting 2 now, 19 foul on the Eagles, just 5 team fouls on Blackhawk Christian right now. Again, Blackhawk, you don't call a lot of their games where they're coming off of a loss, but this one they are. As Coach Davidson going to call a timeout. He's got 3 remaining, but they fell last night to Cathedral, trying to bounce back. They got 5 minutes and 18 seconds to do so. We'll be right back here at SummitCitySports.com. Welcome back to live action here as full timeout there by Blackhawk Christian. They have 3 remaining, 4, I believe 4, and actually 3 remaining for both teams. My apologies. Sefton flicks in the second, and a full court pressure, a little face denial. Here's a trap, and Blackhawk Christian loves to press with first as the trapper. Bontrager. Well, I think if Boyer would have fallen, you might have been able to convince the official to call the charge, but he sort of stayed up. And that's a very good officiating crew, very experienced officiating crew. They call the block.
Return to action for British number 34, Marcus Davidson.
Bontrager hits both. An 11-point lead, biggest of the game for the Eagles. They isolate the left block with Caleb first on it. He's got it 8 feet away. Ward did his work early. Wood gonna flick the top of the key 3, and Ward nice box out. Boy, the 6-step forward as Chicago has played very, very well on both ends here in half number 2. Jones had to loft it high. Does a nice job falling when he attacks the basket. That oftentimes good scorers tend to do that. He fell. And he'll step right back to the line where the Eagles have also shot it well here in the second half. Jake Boyer going to check back in as Sefton just picked up his 4th personal foul at the 4:39 mark. Biggest lead of the game now, 13 for this elevation prep school. Again, late addition this contest. Excellent set there. Davidson had a look. Patient though. They look to get first a touch, and Ward defending. Going to be called, I believe, for the foul on the backside. So Caleb first will step right back to the line at the 4:17 mark. And we would expect on at least the second make, he'll be shooting 2 here, that the Braves will probably pick up full court. And usually when they do so, you tend to see Caleb first on the ball with that length wingspan. He then becomes the immediate trapper in the Blackhawk press. There it is, Bontrager, 6'8", can run the baseline if he needs to. .417 remaining here. And now I don't believe Hume's going to be your inbounder, but he cannot move. And again, tight confines there on the baseline. Not a lot of... Boy, Humes traveled there. Humes did travel, but they timeout first. I believe Coach Henson wisely calling a timeout, saw his inbounder in trouble there. And so 30-second timeout. Looks like we're going to stay here, show you some highlights. And again, we mentioned the Eagles have really gone, once Blackhawk Christian went man-to-man defense, they've really gone to this ball screen a lot. Jones has been effective that time kicking it out, but watch Caracona on the backside for the one-handed tip. And then this action is going to look really similar. This time the ball screen is going to be on the other side. Caracona, the big fella, rolling now. That clears the lane, and that opens up the corner 3 for Reggie Ward Jr., who's hit 4 threes here in the second half for the Eagles. And watch this one first, scoring from all levels. Free throw line, basket area, that time stepping behind the arc for the triple. And now the press, another new inbounder as Reggie Bass checks back in for the Eagles. Tough to throw over, plus you got the face denial. And deflection turnover, here's first. Found a crease and a tough bucket for the senior. Here's Ward with it. And again, that press so effective with first on the ball, and then they deny you. Face denial, hard to throw over again, as teams tend to do against that type of man pressure. Boyer deflected it, and here comes Berg. With the clear off. He was dribbling, extended that off arm. Coach Davidson less than thrilled. I think it was a pretty obvious call. The trailing official was right on it. And so a turnover here at the 3:45 mark. Reggie Jones now defended by Wood. Here's Bass. Attacking. Baseline cutter is Ward. Boy, able to elevate and finish is Ward. Credit him. He didn't just watch his teammate drive. He cut, made himself a threat. And Humes going to be whistling for that one. So Burke going to step to the line. That keeps the Braves in the double bonus. They'll be shooting 2 free throws the rest of the way. 3:24 says the scoreboard. Full court press again by the Eagles. Jones wisely got in the air, had to throw it off of Wood. Hume's going to get it on the bounce. Found Ward, and Ward has been sneaky on the baseline. Boy, nice lift by Humes. Wood going to flick a quick corner 3, got it to go. Bass attacking. looking. Corner three, Jones, they don't need it. Short, and here come the Braves. Davidson going to pull in transition. No, tried to share it. Credit Humes for sprinting back on defense. He made that interception, and now the Eagles probably going to be a little more patient here. Under 3 minutes. Bass, corner three. Long. Boy, a couple of shots I don't think the Eagles wanted. Little time and situation. First, blocked by Jones. Couple of excellent defensive efforts on the backside by the Eagles late. I think Blackhawk got the misses they wanted. Bontrager puts that back in. The Eagles got the misses, the Braves got the misses they wanted. But couldn't convert on the other end. Burke, big three. Braves still very much alive in this one. 2 minutes exactly on the scoreboard. 1:58 now. Ward the finish. Boy, knocked a piece of the wall off afterwards. As the official notices that. That was a little DIY, fixing it yourself there on the baseline.
During the game action,
and there you go. There you go. A little bit of lean. And Ward Jr., I keep saying he's played so well in the second half. That's because he has. Made some big buckets on the baseline. He now might be the leading scorer for the Eagles. Love to be able to bring your leading scorer off of the bench. A lot of talent on this elevation prep Eagle team. Wood's going to foul to top the clock at the 1:34 mark. And again, what you love about Coach Davidson is just unafraid to play anybody. They've traveled all over the state now for 4 years to beef up their schedule, get them ready for state runs. 2 years ago, state champions, obviously last year. The boys state tournament, all 4 classes got cut short due to the COVID pandemic. Coach Davis is going to call a timeout here, always coaching. We'll be right back here after a brief break. SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back, 1:34 on the clock. Reggie Bass going to be shooting at 2 free throws for the Eagles. Actually, 2 free throws, both teams in the double bonus. And a 10-point lead for the Eagles. They've led the entire game. The Braves have kept it close. And still have a timeout remaining, I believe, in Coach Davidson's pocket. Again, this elevation prep Eagle team, 1 free throw. That was the second of 2. This elevation prep team, 22-3, looking to go 23-3 on the season in their inaugural prep season. Cody Henson doing a fantastic job over there at Elevation Prep. They play again their home games at the Summit off of Rudisill, Parkview Summit. Upstairs for Humes, Ward. Boy, both of them wanted to finish that one as they get it to first on the baseline, uses his body well. Kind of reminds me of back in the day. Had a game against Harding Hawks backpedaling, and I would have been dunked on, but a couple of the Hawk players fighting over the lob finish and saved me from a poster. That time Humes and Ward went up and got in each other's way. 102, 8-point lead. A steal could go a long way here for the Eagles. Bass going to break the press. Ward on the backside, fouled by Sefton. And the sophomore had to contest. He's going to be whistled for his 5th.
Basket number 0, Reggie Ward, is good. He'll be at the line shooting 1 after a foul on number 30.
Shout out to the Harding Hawks there, though. What a team coach Al Gooden used to field over there at Harding for years. Won a state championship there. Just picked up his 500th, I believe, 500th career win to Coach Al Gooden down at Lawrence Central now. Shout out to Coach Gooden. Used to coach YMCA basketball camps over at the Village Y, where I started to hone my limited skill set. Burke getting there. Boy, what a reverse. And this might be the final timeout here by the Braves. And that reverse, so nice, we'll show it twice. Burke in transition at 6'3", able to attack and finish in the basket area so efficiently. Here it is. Going to put it by. Not a lot of help side here from the Eagles on this one. Got to the rim. Put some sugar on that one. Early Valentine's Day treat. Sweet finish. With the kiss. Every kiss begins with Zane Burke. I don't think that's the phrase. I think it's every kiss begins with K, but a little Valentine's Day lay-in. Huh? Sweet. DeBrands. Shout out to DeBrands. Their sales probably up in the recent days as fans get purchasing those treats over there. And again, Coach Davidson always coaching. The Braves going to pick up full court press here. A chance always to prepare. You never know how one possession might help you for state tournament play, which is coming up in about 2.5 weeks for teams all over the state of Indiana. And they'll stop the clock at 43.8. And again, not out of it. A couple of misses here. Who knows the way the Braves can shoot it. Again, talking about elevation prep, the Eagles, their season, they're getting ready to head to Florida where they'll stay for 5 days, play a bunch of basketball down there at IMG Academy. And then their season right now, they just got invited to a tournament in Dayton, Ohio on March 6th. As a lot of prep schools, their season kind of being extended due to COVID shutdowns. Yeah, that lob off the mark, and here comes Davidson on the bounce. But season's being extended. Some prep schools going to play into April. Boyer hits his 3rd three, and another timeout there by, this will be the last timeout for Coach Davidson. But right now, Coach Henson planning to end his inaugural season in probably late March as they finish up with some tournaments. But they've had a lot of success, have the Eagles. They've beaten Hamilton Heights, Crown Point, Missouri Prep, some excellent high school prep teams. They've also played some post-grad teams that are ranked nationally. Prolific Prep, Sunrise Christian, Spires, and so have had a lot of success. Remember, they've traveled into Florida, Atlanta, Chattanooga for tournaments, getting ready to head back to the Sunshine State for a week trip down at IMG. So these players getting a bunch of games in, and that's why they chose to attend this elevation prep school. And full-length pass Jones gonna lay it in. And I think Wood inbounded that. They're gonna say he stepped across the baseline. 12.5 seconds remaining, so an inbound here for the Eagles. And I think the Eagles going to be content to kind of bounce it out. And so, again, this will not affect officially the Blackhawk Christian record, a non-IHSAA sanctioned event, but a chance for these players to lace it up and compete against each other. Some of them know each other well. Fort Wayne area kids, but also some AAU experience. Some of these players really know each other well, and that is your final. Let me switch to final as the Elevation Prep Eagles. This does count for their schedule, and so they improved to 23-3 on the season with the win over on this one. And so, technically, back-to-back losses for Blackhawk Christian. Again, this does not count against their schedule. They will turn it around, though, quickly, as they, again, lost last night in an excellent contest against Indianapolis Cathedral. Cathedral made the trip up. That was the number 6 ranked Cathedral squad and the number 2 ranked Blackhawk Christian squad in the coaches poll. And the Cathedral squad was able to win by 8 last night, and so that dropped the Blackhawk Christian Braves to 17-2 on the season. Again, just their second loss. Their only other loss came to Homestead, number 1 in the coaches poll. And then as we look ahead toward the Blackhawk schedule the rest of the way, they're going to travel down to play a Good Marion group on February 16th. So that'll be Tuesday if my calendar is correct. 3 road games in a row. They'll then travel down to Indianapolis Attucks on the 20th at Leo. So 3 very good contests in a row for the Braves. And then they'll wrap it up for a home game, senior night here at Blackhawk Christian. We'll be bringing that one to you as the Braves recognize their 6 seniors on the roster with the final regular season game as they host the Northrop Bruins on February 25th. So for Lindley Kistler, well, I'll tell you what, we do need to award a Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game. And Lindley Kistler is telling me that should be Elevation Prep senior Reggie Ward Jr. He played tremendous, led in scoring by Rashid Jones, the shooter. But Reggie Ward Jr. came in and played some big minutes, and I mean big minutes on both ends. Scored 20. I think he finishes the game with 20 points, but got some big buckets, hit 4 threes in the second half, including 3 in the third quarter. Scored 20, and that really helped Elevation Prep keep their lead and win by 9 as you shared the final score. So congratulations to Reggie Ward Jr., the Parkview Sports Medicine Athlete of the Game. Fans, as always, we appreciate you streaming with us at SummitCitySports.com. Always thrilled to bring you high school basketball action. And stream with us again in the future. Have a great rest of your Saturday. Go Bruins.
And the Wildcats in 13 views.
What's up, Thomas? What's going on? And Deontay's here too.
Yeah, I seen that, yeah. Wait, what's he doing? Just doing?
Must be. Did you call me earlier?
No.
Maybe it was him who called me.
I did not.
Man, I got here. They were going into halftime. I was here at 4:35. They must have started really early.
Really early,
Yeah.
Is this already?
It was 5, right? Just 5. And Snyder hasn't shot the ball well. Yeah, you should see the size. See the size of the team that's playing. No fouls, no fouls, no fouls. No fouls. Man, there was a lot of beatings last night. See how bad Homestead beat Concordia? 88-44. Both the girls' teams won. Homestead and Carroll. They play each other in the championship. And Norwell won, so they're in the championship too. Blackhawk boys got beat last night. Yeah. Cathedral beat them by 8. That doesn't really shock me. That Cathedral team's really good. Yeah. And like this team, they ain't killed nobody.
Oh, really?
But all their games were within 10 either way usually.
Right.
And their only 2 losses are to Carmel and Homestead. Yeah. No, it won't. This good kid. They're so big. I watched. They all play on Indy Heat teams. I saw them play this summer. They were good.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They probably have like 10 minutes. They're probably going to start right at 5:30 would be my guess. Jaden Moore had a really good game again last night for Snyder. I think he had 22 or 24. 24, yeah. As we know, that horn means nothing here.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
It was bad. It was pretty entertaining.
Like I said, I think those teams could play 10 times and each team would win 5.
Oh, yeah.
I was say I don't see Aiden Lambert. There he is. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Both Billingsley's aren't. Yeah, they just now got out. That's it. That's the lineup right there. Yeah, that's Elijah Brown. He's going to have his hands full. Him and whoever else starts on the inside. You know what? If you're going to beep that horn, you start that clock. Oh, they did start. I think they blew their speakers out. Yeah, wait till you see these monsters. They're ginormous. This is men against boys. This is number 4. There's a kid going to IU. Really? Yeah. I don't know what their coach has been now. He's in his 45th year here at Lawrence North. Yeah, they're gonna be a beating. Yeah. All right, I'm going to go down and try to
Sure, we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show here on SummitCitySports.com. We're coming to you live from Kilmer Court on the campus of Snyder High School. As the Snyder Panthers tonight, they will battle the number 3 ranked team in Class 4A, the Lawrence North Wildcats. My name is Ryan Dillinger. I'll be your host for this matchup here at Snyder High School. Lawrence North ranked number 3 in Class 4A. They're 18-2 overall. Snyder comes into this game 9-8 overall. Taking a look at the coaches today, your coaches today are presented by ProFed Credit Union. For the Lawrence North Wildcats, their head coach is Jack Kiefer. Well, he's been around a while. He's in his 45th year. He's 777 and 304. And in his 49 years of coaching high school basketball, 838 and 330 overall. Jeremy Roush is in his 5th year at Snyder, 65 and 46. And in his 11 years, he's amassed 144 wins. Lawrence North's siren rating is at 98.3. That's good for 3rd overall and 3rd in Class 4A. Snyder with a 78.87. That's good for 69th overall and 44th in Class 4A. Lawrence North defeated Ben Davis last night, 57-39, while the Snyder Panthers took down Bishop Luers, 94-51. Last time these two teams played, all the way back on January 11th of 2020, it was Lawrence North that won that one, 77-61 over the Snyder Panthers. Today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle. They've got other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, and engine diagnostics. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you. To better serve you, sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your own financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process, from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball player in the area. From ages 5 to 18, our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. A system and solution that fits your unique need. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Azteca Mexican Restaurant's been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. Their recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit AztecaRestaurant.com. iCryo specializes in whole body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referrals needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. We continue on here on the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take a look at last night's schedule in both the Metropolitan Conference and the Summit Athletic Conference. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Welcome back to the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show here on SummitCitySports.com. Time to look at last night's scores in the Summit Athletic Conference. Carroll defeated Northrop 65-42. It was Northside over Bishop DeWenger 72-65. This Panthers team took down Bishop Bluers 94-51. Southside they will play against Blackford. Northrop's probably already wrapped up their game down in Indy against Warren Central. Southside will be at Huntington North tonight at 7:30, and Winchester at Bishop Luers tonight at 7:30. Over in the Metropolitan Conference, it's Carmel at Carmel at Carroll. That game getting ready to start, and the other games we already mentioned: Northrop at Warren Central and Lawrence North at Snyder. So a light schedule over there in that conference. The standings in the Summit Athletic Conference: Homestead leads the way with a perfect 21-0 mark, 8-0 in conference play. Carroll right behind them with a 15-3 mark, 8-0 in conference play. It's the Snyder Panthers at 9-8 overall, 5-3 in conference play. Southside right behind them at 7-9, 5-3 in conference play. Northside 9-9 overall, 4-4 in conference play. Bishop DeWenger at 7-8 overall, 3-5 in conference play. The Northrop Bruins at 5-9, 3-5 in conference play. Concordia 7-11 overall, 2-6 overall in conference play. The Bishop Luers Knights at 5-11, 1-7 in conference play, and the Wayne Generals 5-14 overall, 1-7 in conference play. In the Metropolitan Conference, and that is a loaded conference to say the least. They've got number 2 Carmel, number 3 Lawrence North, number 7 Center Grove, and the rest of the schools are outstanding as well. But atop that conference right now is Carmel. They stand 17-0, 6-0 in conference play, and one of those wins over Lawrence North. Lawrence North at 18-2 overall, 5-1 in conference play. Warren Central, who's on a winning streak right now, they've won 8 in a row. They stand 15-5 overall, 4-1 in conference play. Center Grove 11-5 overall, 3-3 in conference play. Lawrence Central at 10-8 overall, 3-4 in conference play. It's North Central at 9-9, 2-4 in conference play. Ben Davis at 10-10, 1-6 in conference play, and Pike 10-8 overall, 0-5 in conference play. You look at that conference, every team almost into double figures now in wins over in the Metropolitan Conference. We're going to take a 1-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the starters. Your starters tonight are presented by Kelly Automotive. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back to the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show here on SummitCitySports.com. Sorry, we're having some technical difficulties here, trying to get caught up here as we're in the break here. And we're going to see if we continue to get caught up here at Snyder. Looking at the starting lineups tonight, first for the Wildcats. They will go at one guard position, a 5'10" senior, number 2, Caden Beatty. At a forward position, a 6'5" junior, the Indiana recruit, number 4, C.J. Gunn. At the center position, a 6'7" senior, number 5, D.J. Hughes. At the other guard position, a 6'1" senior, number 10, Shamar Advance. And at the other forward position, a 6'5" senior, number 14, Donovan McCauley. For the Snyder Panthers, they will go with Carson Jenkins at one guard position tonight. A 6'2" sophomore at the other guard position, number 2, Elijah Brown. Tyler Harding tonight at the point guard position, 5'9" junior. Number 11, Tyler Harding, he'll get the start as well. At another guard position, a 6'2" junior, number 14, Aiden Lambert. And at the final guard position, a 6'2" senior, number 24, Jade Moore. So that's a look at your starting lineups tonight, presented by Kelly Automotive. We're going to take a quick timeout here. When we come back, we'll turn it over to the public address announcer. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Did you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught
Senior number 3, Caedmon. Junior number 4, C.J. Gunn. Senior number 5, D.J. Hughes. Senior number 10, Shamar Advance. And senior number 14, Donovan McCauley. Wildcats played for Jeff Keeper. And now the Snyder Panthers starting lineup. Sophomore number 1, Carson Jenkins. Junior number 1, Carson Jenkins. Sophomore number 2, Elijah Brown. Junior number 11, Tyler Harday. Junior number 14, Aiden Lambert. And senior number 24, Jay Moore. The Panthers coach by Jeremy Roush. And now the playing of the national anthem.
The anthem is played and the starters have been announced, and we're ready to go here at Kilmer Court at Snyder High School. Once again, your starters is Beatty, Gunn, Hughes, Avance, and McCauley for Lawrence North. For the Snyder Panthers, Jenkins, Brown, Harding, Lambert, and Jade Moore. Snyder dressed in their home white uniforms. In the green tonight is Lawrence North. It is Elijah Brown. He's in there against Hughes. Just slight height advantage there for Mr. Hughes. And this should be an interesting matchup. Two distinct styles here today on the court. Avance with the ball now for the Wildcats, and he'll look left side. It looks like Snyder's going to go into a matchup zone here early. CJ Gunn with his first touch of the game, and right back to Avance. Avance now over to Beatty. Beatty fakes the three, now looks inside, can't get it down low to McCauley. Now gets a high screen by Hughes, swings it over to the three ball. Coming now is a miss there by Gunn and a board by Carson Jenkins. He'll push it the other way for the Panthers, kicks it outside to Jade Moore. He's coming off a big performance in his last two games, both against Blackhawk Christian and Lures, 26 and 22 points respectively in each game, and he's got the first bucket for the Snyder Panthers. And down goes one of our officials. And hopefully he's all right. He went sliding right into the wall. Avance with it now. Kicks it outside. Here comes CJ Gunn, baseline. Now underneath. He'll find McCauley. McCauley with the ball fake up off the glass. He'll miss it. Tipped and comes down to Hughes. The big fella throws it up. No good. And there is McCauley who cleans it up. And he's got his first bucket of the game, and we're tied up at 2. A distinct size advantage for this Wildcat team here against the Snyder Panthers. Of course, they've had to deal with this all season. Carson Jenkins from the parking lot, and he nails it. They started off hot in the first half against Blackhawk on Tuesday night. Actually leading by 16 in the first half. Probably shot about 85% before Blackhawk decided enough was enough. And they turned on the afterburners in the third quarter and were able to get an 11-point lead at the end of the third quarter. So a 27-point turnaround in that one. That fouls on number 14, McCauley. That is his first, the team's first. Carson Jenkins with the ball once again for the Snyder Panthers. Outside now to Harding, who's into the game. Now over to Jenkins. And a turnover. Here comes CJ Gunn with the ball. He'll throw it over now to Beatty. Beatty will go baseline here. Kicks it out back outside to Gunn. He's going to fire the three from deep, and he nails it. Three by Harding is no good. Tipped and comes down to Brown, and we'll have a foul on the play. Actually, they'll call that foul on the Snyder Panthers. It's on number 24, Jade Moore, his first. Here's a turnover, and Jade Moore the other way now for Snyder. Kicks it outside now to Harding. Harding to Brown. He'll fire the quick jumper. It's no good. Rebounded by Avance. And here comes the Wildcats the other way. Ahead now to Hughes. Hughes outside to Beatty. Beatty over to Gunn. His three is on the way, and it's nothing but nylon. Back-to-back threes for C.J. Gunn. Aiden Lambert with it now for Snyder. He'll go over to Carson Jenkins. Carson Jenkins back outside to Harding. And now over to Lambert. He'll fire a long three. It's no good. Brown with a board, and he gives it quickly up to Moore, who fires inside now to Carson Jenkins, and he hits his shot. He's got 5 in this game. And Jack Kiefer has seen enough, and he'll use a 30-second timeout. So will we. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Welcome back here to Kilmer Court. An 8-7 lead here early for the Wildcats. You look at the Wildcats' schedule this season. They really, they haven't blown out a whole lot of teams because their conference is loaded, and a lot of the teams they've played this year are also loaded. That 18-2 record, the lone loss is coming to a very good Carmel team who's in Fort Wayne right now taking on Carroll, and then to Homestead, who's ranked number 1 in the state. So they've played a really difficult schedule. That gets them ready for that tough sectional they're in. They won that last year, and they look to repeat this year. I really believe this team last year could have potentially been your state championship team as they got through that really tough sectional there in the Metropolitan. And what do you say when almost every single starter returns for a team? This team looks to win a sectional and go much deeper this year in the state tournament as Gunn hits his third 3 of the game. He's got 9 already, and the lead back to 4. Snyder also off a sectional championship last year. The difference is only a handful of these young men, Lambert and really this young man, Carson Jenkins, played much time on that sectional championship team as Jade Moore will fire a 3 from the corner, and he nails it. Moore now a 5, and almost a steal on the inbounds by Lambert. Hughes ahead now to Beatty. So 2 sectional champions doing battle here. We've only got 3 weeks left in the season. We'll talk about each team's final part of their season, and nobody closes out on Gunn, and he drains another one. Archie Miller going to like that young man down in Bloomington next season. Harding now over to Brown. He'll launch from the corner, and that's an air ball. Carson Jenkins loses it. It comes up to DJ Hughes. He wanted a foul, didn't get it, so Hughes gives it up to Avance. Avance now with the crossover. Avance now to Beatty. And now back over to Avance, and they'll reset with 2:46 to play here in the first quarter. They'll look inside and throw it away. It's a turnover on Lawrence North. Neither team has really gone to the bench here in the first quarter as well. Lawrence North will stay in that man-to-man defense as we go under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Lambert with it. Over to Brown. And now over to Carson Jenkins. Lambert's going to try one from the left wing, and he hits it. It's Avance with it now, back up top to Beatty. Beatty looks inside. He'll find McCulley. McCulley back outside to Gunn. His 3 is on the way, and it's no good, but it comes right to Hughes, but it goes off of Brown and out of bounds with 2:01 to play here in the first quarter. Avance now gets it into, Hughes dribbled that out of bounds. He knew he did, and they didn't call it, and he goes up and dunks it. Hughes knew he dribbled it out of bounds. He was waiting for the whistle. None came, so he just went up and dunked the ball. Harding now will travel. And the ball will go back to the Wildcats. 1:45 to play here in the first quarter. Cully now goes baseline, kicks it outside to Beatty. Looks back inside and outside now to Avance. Avance with a little Euro step. He'll go up and they'll say it was on the floor, and we'll see who the Panthers foul is on. It's on Tyler Harding, his first. Avance to inbounds now, and they'll look to try to get it to Hughes, now to McCulley. He'll go up strong and hit the layup. McCulley now with his 4th point of the game. Carson Jenkins will bring it up for Snyder. And he throws it away, picked off by Beatty, and the Wildcats ahead now to Hughes. Around the defense, and he jams it home. Hughes with the second dunk of the game, and he's got 4, and we've got subs coming in for the Wildcats at the next whistle. Here's Jade Moore to the hoop, throws it up. Oh, look out. Elijah Brown was airborne there when C.J. Gunn was underneath him. We'll see who the Wildcat foul is on. 2 shots coming for the Snyder Panthers. Beatty will pick up his first. Jade Moore at the line. He scored at 26 the other night against Blackhawk and 22 last night against Bishop Lures. He hits the first, and he's got 6. And that'll bring in number 2, Beatty. And it looks like, let me see here. I'll try to get that other number for you. He's snuck out there before I could see it. Might be number 35, Brown. It is 35, Brown, and the second one by Moore is good. And the Panthers cut into that lead with 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Avance over now to Gunn. In the corner now to Hughes. Back over to Avance. And they'll look in the corner for C.J. Gunn. Now over to Brown. Brown back to Avance, and he'll swing it now to Gunn. Gunn back up to Brown and back over to Gunn. In the corner now to Avance. He'll go baseline. He gets double teamed down there, and he double dribbled. Nope, they'll say travel, not double dribble. Lambert now to Carson Jenkins with 35 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the Wildcats will extend out that 3-2 zone now. Carson Jenkins got to be careful not getting lulled into a corner here. And here comes the defense now as Lambert has it. He'll ball fake, he'll drive, he'll jump stop, he'll kick to Harding. Harding with the long 3, it's no good. Avance with the rebound with 8 seconds. He looks up, he'll push it. Nobody picks him up, he'll give it up to Hughes, and he'll dunk it. Once again, all 3 of his buckets are dunks. That shot wouldn't have counted, and we will head to the second quarter. It is Lawrence North 22, the Snyder Panthers 15. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back here to Snyder High School. Our game 22-15 here. So we get ready to start the second quarter. Into the game for the first time for the Panthers, number 21, Grant Brown. And seeing if Lawrence North has made a sub here. No, they have not. They've got the same 5 that were out there when we ended that quarter. Here's Jenkins now to Lambert. Back to Moore. And back to Jenkins. An alley-oop now to Lambert. He misses it, and a turnover. Here comes C.J. Gunn the other way. He'll go to the rack. Left-handed layup up and good. And he's got 14 here in the first half. Jenkins back to Moore. Over now to Harding and now to Lambert. He'll fire the quick jumper. It's no good, and it comes down to Avance. Avance the other way. Oh, he went to alley-oop it to Gunn. Gunn got too far underneath the bucket, and they'll call a foul. Actually, they'll call a goaltending on Hughes. They said he was inside the cylinder. Head coach Jack Kiefer does not agree one bit. Here's Carson Jenkins, right side now to Lambert. He'll look inside for Harding. Now back over to Brown. Brown also had a good game against Blackhawk on Tuesday night. Carson Jenkins with the ball. Over to Lambert. We've got 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Both teams with 2 personal fouls here in this first quarter. We'll have our sub coming for Snyder at the next whistle. Here's a 15-footer by Jenkins, and he nails it. Avance the other way now for the Wildcats. Up to Gunn. Gunn back over to Avance. And he'll reset this offense. And now to Brown. Brown drives left, looks inside, had Hughes, decides to go to Beatty, or to Gunn, back over to Hughes, and hit the 4th dunk of the game for Hughes. And that is just too easy. Hughes, at this rate, is going to shoot a really high percentage from the field since they're all being slammed. Over now to Jenkins. Jenkins now pull up 15-footer on the way again, and he hits it. Carson Jenkins with 9. Here's Avance with the ball now. He'll give it up now to Gunn. Gunn back over to Brown. He'll ball fake, give it to Gunn. Gunn spots up, he fires, and he hits another one. Might want to close out on that young man. Grant Brown with the ball, back over to Jenkins. Now Jenkins spins, goes baseline, gets cut off there by Beatty. And now Brown will fire the quick 3, no good. Avance with another rebound. He'll go right to the rack, go around the defense, and hit the layup. And Jeremy Roush might need to use a timeout. And we do have a timeout on the court. The Snyder Panthers will use one as well. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Lawrence North has raced out to a 12-point lead here. They lead 31-19. I want to congratulate a couple of our local area teams as they've moved on to girls regional championships tonight. It'll be Carroll taking on Homestead at Marion at 8 o'clock tonight. And we know Norwell has advanced as well at Belmont, and they will play for the regional championship. In for the Snyder Panthers, Elijah Davis for the first time. That 3 is no good. Beatty with the rebound, and here he comes the other way now for the Wildcats. Gunn with it, and almost a turnover, tipped into the backcourt, and run down there by Brown of Lawrence North. Left side now to Gunn. Snyder's really made Lawrence North get away from the bucket here in the second quarter. Although the lead continues to extend, they have pushed Lawrence North further and further away from the bucket, as that bucket is good there by Beatty. Couple subs coming for Lawrence North at the next dead ball. Davis with it out. He'll get a screen by Brown, and picks up his dribble, now gives it to Moore. Now to Jenkins. Jenkins spins, gives it up to Moore. Moore to the top of the key and over now to Brown and down to Davis. He'll go baseline, gets cut off and double team. Goes up strong, and that is a mismatch, and he traveled. Beatty and number 14 McCauley back in for Lawrence North. We've got 4:08 to play here in a quick first half. Beatty with it now. Left side now to Gunn. And up top to McCauley. He'll give it up now to Brown, and in the corner now to Beatty. The lefty thought about it for a second and gives it up to Brown. Back to Beatty. We have yet to even see him shoot in this game. Down low now to Hughes, and he dunks it, and he is fouled. And we'll take a look at that on the Traction AP replay. He's got 8, and he'll go to the line to shoot the first free throw tonight, as that foul was on Grant Brown of Snyder. The penetration here leads to an easy bucket for the big fella. Lambert back in along with Billingsley for the Snyder Panthers. 16-point lead. Mr. Hughes at the line to shoot the free throw, and it's in and out, and it comes down to Aiden Lambert. Up top now to Lambert. He kicks it over to Harding. Harding goes baseline, gets cut off, and back over to Lambert. He gets trapped down there on the baseline and gives it up to now Carson Jenkins. Jenkins loses it, gets it back, fires, and misses it, but it's tipped in there by Aiden Lambert. Lambert now with 5, and here comes Brown the other way for Lawrence North. He'll give it to Hughes, and guess what? He dunks his 6th one of the half. All 12 of his points have been from point-blank range here in this first half. Snyder might have to get a technician out here to check that rim with all those dunks here in the first half by Mr. Hughes. Long 3 by Carson Jenkins is good. Jenkins now at 12, the lone bright spot thus far for Snyder. Left side now to Gunn. Back over to McCauley. In the corner to Beatty. Beatty back to Brown, inside to McCauley, and outside to Gunn. He'll ball fake. He'll step inside the three-point line. He'll fire. It's no good. Tipped around. McCauley had it and lost it. Here's Tyler Harding with it for the Snyder Panthers. Back outside to Aiden Lambert. Lambert is going to get called for a carry. And that'll bring in, once again, Avance. And he will replace number 4, C.J. Gunn. Gunn already was 17 here in the first half. Avance with it now over to Beatty. Beatty back to McCauley and now to Brown. Brown in the corner to Avance. Lost the handle and wisely resets with 2:10 to go here in the first half. Beatty with it with the alley-oop to Avance. He throws it up and in. Good play there by those two. Avance now with 4. Give that assist to Beatty. They were eyeing that. As soon as he gave up the ball right away, he started just to drift towards the baseline and was able to get behind the defense as Brown shot no good. Billingsley with the offensive board. He misses it and tipped in by Elijah Brown. And then a steal by Billingsley, and he's blocked. Goes to Aiden Lambert, and they'll call a travel on Snyder. Jade Moore will come back on for the Panthers, and he'll replace number 10, Billingsley. In for Lawrence North, I think it's Beatty again once again. Yeah, Beatty in, Hughes out. 1:35 to play here in the first half. Avance over now to Beatty. Beatty back up top to McCullers, and now to Brown. And he'll lose it. Carson Jenkins will race the other way. Man, look at Beatty, the speed. And they'll call a foul on number 3, Beatty. And that'll be his second. That'll send Carson Jenkins to the line to shoot a pair for the Snyder Panthers. We'll have the Kelly Automotive halftime show for you coming up here in about 2 minutes, I would imagine, as Carson Jenkins hits that one. And we will take a break during that. When we come back, we'll take a look at the unofficial scoring here in the first half as Jenkins hits the second. 1:15 to go here in the first half. Avance now will come here to the near side of the court. Back over now to Brown. Brown will get a screen by McCauley. He'll fire from about 14 feet. It's no good. Rebounded by Brown. Brown ahead now to Lambert. He'll lose the handle. Gives it to Harding. Harding with the foot inside the line. It's no good. Tipped out of bounds there by Brown. And that will bring C.J. Gunn and Hughes back in for the Wildcats. Beatty with it now for Lawrence North. He'll give it up to Events, and we've got 50 seconds to go here in the first half. High screen now for Events. He gets in the lane, throws it. Jade Moore saw it coming. Throwing ahead now to Lambert. Lambert the other way, right to the rack, and he'll hit the shot. And Snyder cuts the lead down now to 9 right here before halftime. Can they get a stop? Right side now to Gunn. And back up top to Beatty. And back to Gunn. It's like Lawrence North may play for the final shot. Lawrence North on the season averaging about 62 points a game. They're well on their way to get that here in this game against Snyder. Avance with it now. Gunn loses it, picks it up and gives it to Hughes. 7 seconds. Up top to Avance. And now the ball's kind of getting slick here. Inside to Hughes. He'll fire the jumper. It's off the front of the iron and it rolls around and goes in. And DJ Hughes with another bucket right before half. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at the unofficial stats here on the Kelly Automotive Halftime Show. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
We have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain. including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
Welcome back to the Kelly Automotive Halftime Show here at Snyder High School. We are at halftime and an 11-point lead for the number 3 ranked Wildcats of Lawrence North. Looking at the scoring first for Lawrence North, they got 2 from David Beatty. They got a team high 17 from CJ Gunn, 14 from DJ Hughes. 6 of those field goals, dunks in the first half. Shamar Avance with 4 and Donovan McCauley with 2. They are 0 of 1 from the line. For the Snyder Panthers, Carson Jenkins leads the way with 14, 2 from Elijah Brown. They got 7 from Aiden Lambert, and they also got 7 from Jade Moore. They are a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. And a score update from over at Carroll High School. They're at halftime as well. Carmel in a low-scoring game with Carroll. They lead 22-15 at halftime. Once again, we talked about these schedules coming up here for these 2 teams. For the Snyder Panthers, they will play Friday night against Southside at 7:30. Then on Saturday afternoon, they'll take on number 4, Cathedral, and they'll finish up their regular season on the 26th with a home game against Marion at 7:30. For this Wildcat team, they will play Pike once again this coming Friday night at 7:30. Saturday afternoon, they will be at Southside at 1:30, so that will be an early game over there at Don Reichert Gymnasium. They'll finish up their regular season on the 23rd, as they won't go too far. They'll just travel over to Hamilton Southeastern to take on that team at 7:30 at HSC. So both of these 2 teams into their final couple weeks of high school basketball. Also, once again, want to congratulate Carroll, Homestead, and Norwell for advancing in the girls' side this year into regional championship games tonight at 8 o'clock. We will have that game from Marion between Carroll and Homestead. And Carroll beat them earlier in the season, and we'll see if they can do it once again in the second season. Sectional draw just about ready to happen here for the boys. Make sure you keep a close eye on all of those. And make sure you check and recheck the website. A lot of sectional areas, they'll get a game and then they'll have to cancel due to some issues. And we've had sectionals, regionals, and even semi-states moved around here in postseason. I know I do lots of girlish volleyball, and we were supposed to have the semi-state, I believe it was at Huntington North, and at the last minute got switched out to Logan Sports. So make sure you're checking the websites to see and make sure that all the games are being played actually where they're being advertised. That'll do it for the Kelly Automotive Halftime Show. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
We are ready to go to start the third quarter here at Snyder High School. It'll be C.J. Gunn to inbound. He'll have Avance, Beatty, McCulley, and Hughes on the court. The Panthers will go with Tyler, Harding, Jenkins, Moore, Lambert, and Brown as we get started here. And that ball's tipped into the score table. Knocks over a water bottle, and it'll stay with the Wildcats. See if the Snyder Panthers have figured out a way to slow down Mr. Hughes on the inside and C.J. Gunn on the outside. Beatty now over to Avance. He's going to launch a long three, and it rattles in for the Wildcats. Avance now with 7. Moore with it. Dangerous pass. Moore will fire the three, and he hits it. Jade Moore now with 10 for the Snyder Panthers. Shamar Avance with it now. It looks right side, gives it up to Beatty. Beatty back over here now to Gunn. Back to Avance, and Hughes with it now. Inside now to Avance. He'll step around the defense. Goes up strong, misses it, and they're going to have a push on DJ Hughes on Elijah Brown. And on Hughes, that will be his first of the game. Team's first here in the second half. Three ball on the way is off the mark and rebounded by McCulley. Good steal there by Carson Jenkins. Jenkins' three is on the way, and it is good. Carson Jenkins was 17, and here comes the Panthers. They trail by 8. Left side now to Gunn. He'll look inside for Hughes. Hughes inside now to Shamar Avance, and he hits it. He's got 9, and the answer by the Wildcats. Over to Aiden Lambert. Back to Jenkins. He'll stop. He'll fire another three, and it's good for Carson Jenkins. He's got 20, and he's keeping the Panthers in this game here in the second half. Avance now over to Beatty. And now outside to Gunn. His three is on the way, and it's nothing but nylon. He's got 20. Elijah Brown, he'll spin baseline, goes up, fires a fadeaway. It's no good. Beatty with the rebound now for the Wildcats, and he throws a laser beam out of bounds looking for C.J. Gunn. 5:42 to go here in the third quarter. Jenkins now with it. He'll fire. Nope, he has to give it up because C.J. Gunn absolutely got right in his face on that one. Here's Jade Moore. He'll dribble it off his knee and out of bounds. Avance now will reset the offense here as Snyder jumped into a 3-2 matchup. They'll look inside for Hughes, and he dunks another one. He's got 16. And we've got a whistle and a timeout by the Snyder Panthers. We'll use one as well. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Welcome back here to Kilmer Court. A 12-point lead once again for the Wildcats. It'll be Grant Brown to inbounds. He came in at that timeout for the Panthers. He'll give it up now to Carson Jenkins. Snyder has not had problems scoring in the second half. It's stopping the Wildcats, and there's a turnover, and look out, boys and girls. C.J. Gunn, he just goes up and drops it in. He figures Mr. Hughes has done enough damage to the rims here in this game that he would be nice to him. Jenkins now to Jade Moore. Over now to Elijah Brown. He'll get in the lane. He'll fire. He's fouled, and he hits the shot. The foul's on C.J. Gunn. That is his first, team's second here as we take a look at this play by Elijah Brown as he goes the line to shoot the and one. Just gets inside the defense and has the ability to get up in the air, and he scores. And that's no good, and it comes down to Beatty. .12-point lead for Lawrence North. C.J. Gunn with it now in the corner to Avance. He'll throw it inside to McCulley. McCulley is fouled on the wrist there by Grant Brown. Grant Brown will pick up his second, team's first here in the second half. 4:19 to play in quarter number 3. He'll throw it in now to Beatty. Beatty thought about it, backs it out, and gives it to Avance. Off a screen by Gunn. He'll fire the long three, and it's tipped back in there by Hughes. Jade Moore will fire the line drive three, and he hits it. Lead back to 11. 13 points now for Jade Moore. He's had a good week of scoring here for the Snyder Panthers. Beatty with it. Over now to Avance. He'll throw it in the corner to Gunn. Gunn with the ball fake. 16-footer on the way is good. Gunn now with 24 in this game, and we still have a quarter and a half to play. Inside now to Lambert. Lambert back outside to Jenkins. Jenkins with a spin move, stops, fires, and he hits another one. He's got 22. Beatty with it. He'll drive the alley-oop and the flush. Tell you, Hughes is putting on a clinic today on the inside. There's a tip ball. Gunn will come up with it. Gunn now over now to Beatty, and he throws it away. Subs coming in for the Panthers. They'll bring in Davis and Billingsley as Beatty will come in now for McCulley for the Wildcats. .257 to play here in the third quarter. 13-point lead. Jenkins with it for Snyder. Over to Davis. He'll look inside for Lambert. Good bounce pass to Billingsley. Outside now to Lambert. And the three is in and out and rebounded there by Avance. I bet Avance is getting close to having 10 rebounds in this game. He'll go coast to coast and split the defense, hit the shot. He's got 11. Jade Moore's three is good. And a timeout on the court. Snyder once again. And I believe it's a full timeout, and we will use one as well. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Timeout over here on the court. We've got 2:31 to play here in the third quarter. So once again, the Wildcats with that 12-point lead. They've pretty much had that since about midway through the first quarter and haven't let up. Here's Brown, who's come back into the game. And he will inbounds for the Wildcats. Brown played quite a few minutes there in the first half. Left side, not a gun. Now Snyder trying to push this team away from the bucket, which has been difficult to say the least. Here's a tip ball. It goes right over to Gunn. He'll fire the three, and he'll nail it. C.J. Gunn with the big game. He's got 27 in this game now. Over now to Jade Moore. He's got 16. And back over to Davis. Davis drives. And they're going to call a blocking foul, I believe. Nope, they're going to call a charge on Elijah Davis. His first, team's first here in the second half, or actually the team's second. He got caught in the air. Worst place you want to do that is when you're flying through the lane. Here's a Brown with it now. Goes right side now to Gunn. Up top now to Beatty, and now over to Avance. Avance now outside to Gunn. He'll fire another three, and it's no good. He's human. Billingsley ahead, and he throws it away, and Gunn picks it off. Up ahead now to Avance, and the alley-oop, and he puts it in. Quick jumper by Moore is no good. Rebounded by Gunn. Here's Gunn the other way now to Avance. He'll cross over. What a move in the lane. He misses the jumper. Gets his own rebound and puts it back in. And Lawrence North threatening to really run away with this game now. Here's Jade Moore to the hoop, and he hits the shot. He's got 18. 17-point game now for the Wildcats. We've got less than a minute to play here in the third quarter. Avance back over to Gunn. Now to Brown and over to Hughes. Hughes down low now to Beatty. Beatty kicks it outside to Gunn. His three is on the way, and it's off the iron. No good. Rebounded there by Hughes, and he drops it in. Hughes now with 22. Davis with it now for the Panthers with 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Here's Lambert in the lane, and he's fouled from behind by, I believe, Avance. They'll call it on the ground. did say number 10, Avance, and he will have his first, team's third here in the second half. 19 seconds to go in the third quarter. Carson Jenkins inbound for Snyder. He'll get it into Harding and back over to Lambert. 19-point game. Can the Panthers hit a three here to try to get back into this game? Here's Aiden Lambert. Outside now to Moore. He'll try the three. It's short, and it comes down to Beatty. Beatty the other way with 5. They've got numbers. And picked off by Carson Jenkins. He'll get a shot off at the buzzer. It's good if it goes. It's wide right, and we will head to the fourth quarter with Lawrence North leading the Snyder Panthers. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
One score update for you over at Carroll High School. Carmel and Carroll in a close one, and just getting ready to start the fourth quarter as well. 31-21. The Carmel Greyhounds lead the Carroll Chargers. It will be Snyder ball, and they will go with Moore, Lambert, Jenkins, Harding, and Brown. The Wildcats, once again, they'll have Brown, Gunn, McCauley, Beatty, and Hughes. And now Lawrence North extending their defense here as they lead by 19. Aiden Lambert up top now to Carson Jenkins. He'll give it to Moore. Moore will fire the three, and he hits another one. He's got 21. Here's C.J. Gunn with it now. Back up top, and they'll swing it over here to Brown. Gunn will run into the corner. They can't get it to him. Nice pass over now to Beatty. Beatty back inside, and he'll find McCauley with the no-look pass. McCauley now with 6. Lambert ahead now to Brown. Brown back over to Moore. Moore now to Harding, and over to Lambert. Lambert goes baseline. Good kick to Davis. He's fouled, and he'll shoot a pair. We'll see who the foul was on Lawrence North. McCauley will pick up his second, team's fourth here in the second half. Shamara Vance ready to check back in for the Wildcats at the next whistle, and that one will roll in. Brown will check out for Lawrence North. Second one by Brown is on the way, does the same thing and goes in. Snyder Panthers 6 of 7 from the line here in this game. Left side now to Gunn. He'll give it back to Avance, and they'll send it over to Beatty. Beatty in the corner to Gunn. Nice job there by Jade Moore to beat him to the spot, so he couldn't get off an easy jumper again. Avance will fire the three. It's no good. Rebounded by Moore of Snyder. Up ahead now to Harding. Now to Lambert. Lambert now to Brown. He's got to be careful. He did not see Avance. Avance was behind him. He'll drive. He'll spin. He'll fire, and it's blocked. McCauley picks up the loose ball, and he'll bring it up now for the Wildcats and give it up to Avance. He'll go right to the rim, throw up the floater, no good. Here comes Jade Moore ahead, and it's picked off by Beatty. Beatty with the look ahead and to Avance, and he gets the pass from Hughes, and for the second time in this game, it's Hughes to Avance. Avance now with 17 in this game. Carson Jenkins will spot up. He'll fire. That barely drew iron. Here comes Avance the other way. He'll give it to Gunn. Gunn will spot up for the three. He'll fire and he'll hit it. Gunn with a 30. And we have a technical foul called? No, we have a push after the bucket, I believe, on Avance. Avance will pick up that foul, his second, team's fifth. And it was after the shot. So the bucket was good. Harding with it now, and the Wildcats extending their defense, and that one's deflected and it goes out of bounds. .5:37 to play here in the fourth quarter. 21-point lead, the biggest lead of the game for the Wildcats. Quick out inbounds now. Over now to Moore. He'll fire another three and he'll hit it. Jade Moore this week is having a huge week. 26 on Tuesday, 22 last night, and now 24 tonight. And there's a kick out of bounds by Lambert. Grant Brown checked back in at the next dead ball for the Snyder Panthers. So he's in now, and he'll try to slow down that inside presence of DJ Hughes. Good look inside to McCulley. He goes up strong and hits the shot. McCulley with 8. Lambert with it now. He'll drive. He'll kick. More again. And it goes in and out and rebounded there by Gunn. Gunn will push it now for the Wildcats. Good bounce pass off the fingertips of his intended target of Otts, but it goes to Hughes, and then he turns it over. Here comes Moore the other way. He's got to be careful. He's got McCulley standing right behind him. He uses the rim as a protector, and he puts it in. He's got 26. Avance now over to Gunn. Gunn back to Avance, and they'll reset their offense with 4:30 to play here in the final quarter. Gunn now to McCulley. And now to Gunn. And over to Avance. He'll fire the three, and he hits it. Now he's got 20 in this game. Carson Jenkins with it now. And we've got a whistle and a timeout, Snyder. We'll use a timeout as well. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com. Timeout's over here on the court. And with exactly 4 minutes to play, it'll be it'll be Tyler Harding to inbounds for Snyder. He'll get it in now to Jade Moore. And I'll tell you, this Wildcat team has really turned up their defense here in the second half. Jumper by Carson Jenkins is short, and Gunn with another board. The length of this Wildcat team is definitely one of the reasons they were one of the top teams in the state, and they play in one of the toughest conferences, probably the toughest conference in the state this year. And there's Hughes again, and he dunks another one. Hughes with 24. Up ahead now to Harding. I don't know what the record for dunks in one game is at Lawrence North, but I got to believe Mr. Hughes is getting close to that record here. I know they had the one Eric Montross play at Lawrence North, and I got a chance to watch him play quite a few times when I was in high school. The year we went to semi-state, they won the state championship, and they were an outstanding team. Had Todd Leary on that team as well, but I got a feeling he probably had a game where he probably had 10 or 12 dunks in it for Lawrence North. That ball goes in and out by Jade Moore. Eric Montross was a man amongst men, or he was a man amongst the little boys in high school basketball. I remember the first time I saw him, I was like, that dude's got to be a senior in college. Second one on the way is good by Moore. Left side now to Gunn. Over now to McCauley and to Beatty. Beatty now to Avance. He'll look in the corner. Here's another three by Gunn. He fires and he hits it. He's got 33 in the game. Jenkins now to Moore. And there's a takeaway by Avance. He'll go right to the rim and lay it in. He's got 22. Aiden Lambert the other way. To Brown. He'll fire the jumper. And it's good. And it's a three. Did they count it as a three? That's what I'm wondering here. I believe they did count it as a three. As we have a timeout on the court, they called it a three. We'll use a timeout. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back here to Kilmer Court. We've got a 2:42 to play, and I believe the Snyder Panthers have brought in quite a few of the reserves. They've brought in both of the Billingsley brothers, Davis Brown and Grant Brown in. Lawrence North has stayed with their main five here, as it is Hughes who gives it up to Avance. Avance into the front court now. And right side over now to Brown. Brown up top now to Gunn. To Hughes. And now to Brown. And over to Gunn. Inside now to Avance. He'll throw it into the corner to Brown. He ball fakes him back to Avance. Avance will swing it in the corner now to Beatty, who's back in. Gunn will fire. It's no good. Hughes with the offensive board. Right back to Gunn. Gunn with the ball fake. Avance will shoot a quick jumper, and he'll hit it. Avance now with a 24. Here's Billingsley. And he almost throws it away. He'll get it over to the other Billingsley, who's into the lineup. Brown now to Brown. Brown through the lane, and wisely no foul there by Hughes as Elijah Brown scores again, and he's got 11. Picked off there by Davis. Davis will take it the other way now for Snyder. He'll run right into Brown, and they'll call a foul on Brown. His first, a team seventh, so that'll send the Panthers to the line to shoot 101, unless they called it a two-shot foul. And that'll bring on some subs now for the Wildcats. Looks like number 51 in for the first time. He was on the JV, so I'm not sure of his name. In fact, he's not even listed. Number 30's in the game, also not listed. And that free throw is good by Davis. Second one by Davis is in and out and rebounded there by number 21. Brown right side now to Beatty. He thought about it. And back outside now to Beatty. Up top now to Brown, and we'll have some more subs coming in for the Wildcats. They're running some clock here. Brown with it in the corner. This guy had a good JV game, and they'll call a hold on Davis of Snyder. His second, team's third. 1:09 to play, and the other two subs will now check in for the Wildcats. Hughes into the game, along with number 20, which we also do not have that name. And we'll try it again. They try to get it into Hughes, but it goes to number 30. He'll get in the lane. He'll fire it up off the glass. No good. Tipped, and it comes right back down to Hughes. Less than a minute to play. Here's a floater on the way. No good. Rebounded by 30, and he's laid out there by Grant Brown. He'll go to the line to shoot two. This will just be the second and third free throws of the night for the Wildcats. The Wildcats' upcoming schedule, they'll play Friday night at Pike at 7:30. Then on Saturday next week, they'll come right back here to Allen County, and they'll take on Southside at 1:30 as number 30 fires, and he hits it. And then they'll finish up their regular season on the 23rd at Hamilton Southeastern at 7:30. Second one on the way is good as well. Billingsley with it now. Up top now to Billingsley. He'll drive. He'll kick. It's Brown with it. Now to Grant Brown. He'll fire the line drive three. It's no good. Tipped, and Billingsley comes up with it. He'll fire it up off the glass. He'll miss it. Elijah Brown finds it, and he's got his 13th point of the game. Wildcats now with less than 30 seconds to play here in this game. Number 30 in the lane. Here's a jumper. 14-footer on the way is good by number 20. And a turnover by the Panthers. And we'll see if Lawrence North decides to shoot the ball anymore in this game. It looks like they're just going to dribble it out. Your final today is 95-70. The Wildcats with a road victory here today at Snyder High School. Give me just a moment, and then we'll have your unofficial scoring here on the Big Eyed Fish postgame show. All right, looking at the unofficial scoring first for the Snyder Panthers. They will drop to 9-9 on the season. They got a team high 20, they got 22 from Carson Jenkins, 13 from Elijah Brown, 1 from Elijah Davis, 7 from Aiden Lambert, and a team high 27 for Jade Moore, and they were 8 of 10 from the foul line. They will play Friday night against Southside at 7:30. For the Wildcats of Lawrence North, and a very good game for these young men. David Beatty with 2. They got 24 from DJ Hughes, 24 from Shamara Vance, 8 from Donovan McCulley. They got 2 from number 20, 11 from number 30. And today's Parkview Sports Medicine Player of the Game, the Indiana recruit, number 4, C.J. Gunn. He finishes the evening with 33 points, and they were 2 of 3 from the foul line. They will play Friday night at Pike at 7:30. And then they will play Saturday next week, 1:30 at Southside High School. That does it here from Kilmer Court at Snyder High School. For my cameraman, Thomas Nolan, I'm Ryan Dellinger, and you've been watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Where we have to do this? A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere.
A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
You see what happens after a simple meal? it just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walking clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Keep it 100.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.